Hello class, Mr. Rivera. Today we are going to be talking about warm and cool colors. Okay, so last class we learned about the color wheel. We learned about the primary colors, yellow, blue, and red, and how we can combine them to make secondary colors, which are green, orange, and violet or purple. Okay, so just to quickly review, let's look over here at how we make our colors. So to make green, we take yellow and blue. To make orange, we take red and yellow. And to make violet, we take blue and red. Right? So one of the things we might notice is that where the colors in the color wheel are. The positions, they are not random. Everywhere a color is for a reason. And we're going to look at some of the ways that we organize colors. So one of the ways that we can organize colors is whether they are warm or cool colors. Okay, so what happens is our brighter colors in the color wheel, yellow, orange, and red, are called the warm colors, while the darker colors, green, blue, and violet, are called the cool colors. Okay, so warm colors, as I said, are red, orange, and yellow, and anything in between. So if we look, there's a couple colors that we haven't really learned about yet, but those are all in the color wheel between the colors that we did discuss, and those are also considered warm colors. One of the reasons they're called warm colors is because they're bright, and if you actually think about it, many things that are hot are warm colors. Think about the sun is yellow, fire is red, and lava is orange. One of the cool things that warm colors do is they seem to come out at you in space. So when you look at a picture and if it has the warm colors, those are the things that you would see first. Okay, so here's a good example of one. This is a painting by William Turner. And if we look at the picture, we could see that there is a lot of warm colors in the sunset. It almost gives us a feeling of brightness and heat. And if we look at the red spreading from the setting sun and the deep golden glow in the water, you can almost feel the heat. So they actually say that if you are feeling cold, looking at colors like these can actually make you feel warmer. Okay, now the cool colors are blue, green, and purple, and anything in between. They're called cool colors because they remind us of things like water, snow can be considered kind of blue. And when we look at cool colors, they seem to recede from you. That means that they kind of go away from you, and they are something that you won't really notice right away. Okay, so if we look at this painting by Claude Monet, we can see a lot of cool colors. We see the blue in the sky, we see the green in the grass, and it almost gives us a peaceful feeling. One of the cool things that cool colors do is that they actually make you feel calmer. That's why a lot of schools, hospitals, the walls are painted blue. And in contrast, if this painting had red or orange or yellow, it would probably feel a little more exciting or energetic than restful. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So this is a painting that has lots of warm colors. They're probably the first thing we see. So when I look at the painting, the first thing I noticed were the lemons, which are yellow because they are the brightest. Your eye will go around and look at all the red and orange, but the outside of the painting through the window we see has lots of cool colors. So that's probably the last thing that we see because they are darker. Probably the last thing I noticed was the blue sky. Okay, so here's another good example of warm colors. We see that this painting is almost all warm colors. It's very bright, gets your attention. Just looking at it makes me feel a little warm. And we do see a little bit of cool colors at the very top, the sky, and the very bottom. And the cool colors, since they're darker, they kind of keep our eyes into looking at the warm colors. So it's almost like a border or a fence that keeps our eyes from going elsewhere. Okay, so here's an example of cool colors. So this painting has pretty much all cool colors. And looking at this, there's lots of blue, there's green, and there's a little bit of violet. And by using these colors, it actually creates a very calming effect. So if I'm feeling stressed out, I might look at a painting like this, and it can calm me down. It feels very peaceful. I can almost imagine sitting in front of this pond, just hearing the birds and being nice and calm. Okay, so this is a very famous painting by Van Gogh, and it has lots of cool colors, and it has some warm colors. So these two, the blue and the yellow, actually work with each other. The blue makes the stars seem brighter, and the yellow stars make the sky look darker. So warm and cool colors really work with each other to make certain things stand out and other things to not stand out as much. All right, so that brings us to today's activity. So what you're going to do is you're going to create warm or cool colored hands.
All right, class, so I'm going to show you guys how to do today's activity, which is to create a warm or cool colored hand. So the first step I want to do is I need to trace my hand. So if you are one of the younger grades, you might need some help. Right, so now I have my hand. Now before I start coloring, I want to look at my color wheel. Now we learned that there are warm colors and cool colors. So I'm going to put a line right through the middle. Okay, so these are warm and these are cool. So one thing that you guys can do is you could take your crayons and put them on one side. Colors set up. So here's my cool colors and here are my warm colors. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decide, do I want my hand to be warm or cool? If I choose that I want my hand to be cool, I would use these colors inside the hand and color the outside with the warm colors. If I choose to use warm colors on the side of the hand, then the outside would be cool colors. Right? Now, since my hand's really big, I know your hand's going to look a lot smaller. So one thing that you can do is you can put a box around your hand. You want to make sure your box isn't too small. That way you're not trying to color the entire page. All right, so now I have my hand and now I'm ready to
So what you're going to do is you're going to create warm or cool colored hands. Right? So first thing you're going to do is you're going to trace your hand on your paper, and then you will decide if you want your hand to be cool or warm, and you're going to color it in using those colors. As we see it in the example, they just kind of mixed up all the warm colors together. And then what you will do is your background would be the opposite. So if we look at the one on the left, we see that they did warm colored hands. So the outside of their hand would be cool colors. The picture on the right, we see that they use cool colors for their hands. So on the outside, they would use warm colors. Okay, so I'm also going to include a picture of this. This can help you out while you are working. And also I'm going to show you a little video that shows you how to do the activity. Okay, so when you are finished, make sure that you have colored in your paper completely and neatly. Take a picture of your finished work and upload your picture to Google Classroom before the end of the day. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me via email, private message on Google Classroom, or you can just send me a Class Dojo message. All right, so I will talk to you guys next time, and I hope you have a good day.